Hello and welcome to another video of this section. Before we start with anything, consider these business requirements. We have this very simple table in that we have order ID, product name, sales, profit, categories. These are the columns we have in this table. My requirement is I want to find the rank of each of these order by profit in descending order. What does it mean? I want to rank a particular order with maximum profit as rank 1, the second one as rank 2, and so on. So this is my requirement. Or I want to find the running total of all the orders by profit. For example, we have this profit. The first value will remain same because this is the first order. After that, it will add 500 plus 200, which is 700. Then it will again add 500 plus 200 plus 300, which is 1000, and so on. Sometimes this is really crucial KPI in any analytical dashboard. The other requirement could be I want to find the sum of categories. For example, for technologies, if I add all the values of profits like 500 plus 3500 plus 1500, it is 5500. And I want to write each of these aggregated value against each row without losing rows. Okay, that is called the sum by categories. To achieve all such kind of requirements, we need Windows functions. So basically, Windows functions allow you to perform calculation across set of rows that are related to the current row. This set is called Windows. Therefore, to calculate running totals, rank, compare each row's value against group without losing individual row. That is exactly what window functions in SQL are for. Let us try to understand this statement, that is without losing individual row, in more detail. For that, let's compare Windows function with the aggregated function. If you remember, in aggregated functions, we collapsed the rows into single rows. For example, we have 3 rows for technology, 1, 2, and 3. Using normal or regular aggregated functions, we collapsed it into a single row, giving the final value as 5500. Same for furniture. Even though for furniture we have 3 rows, it is collapsed into 1, and same for office supplies. As against, Windows function will give me the same value against each row without collapsing it, without losing individual rows. So that is the basic difference between Windows function and aggregated function. Please note, this is one of the most frequently asked question in advanced SQL interviews. That is, what is the difference between Windows function and aggregated functions? Basically, in Windows function, the structure of the table will remain same without losing individual value. But in regular or standard aggregated functions, the individual rows are collapsed into a single cell. Okay, so that is the difference between Windows function and aggregated functions. How to write Windows functions? Here is the general syntax for Windows function. First of all, you have to start with the function name. That function name can be summation, minimum, maximum, rank, count, everything. And after that, we have these 3 basic building blocks of Windows function, that is over, partition by, and order by, out of which over is the only basic building block which is mandatory. Without that, you cannot write Windows function in SQL. Partition and order by are optional. So here is an example. First of all, you have to mention the function name, that is sum, then the field name, then the keyword called over, partition by category, and order by sales. These 2 are optional. I understand it is really difficult to visualize what kind of output we will get out of this statement because we are at the very initial stage. But don't worry, we are going to cover everything in coming videos. And based on above syntax, here are the types of functions available in Windows functions. The very first set is building blocks of Windows functions. We have already discussed that. In that we have over, partition by, order by, and rows between. Okay, out of that only over is the mandatory Windows function. Without that you cannot write Windows function. And what kind of functions you are using here at this place, that is function name, there are different types. Like first type is ranking. If you want to find, you can go for row number, rank, dense rank, entile, etc. And if you want to go for the aggregated values, then you have the sum, average, count, and minimum, maximum. And we have another set of functions that can be used in place of function name, that is value windows functions. These are used for very advanced analytics in SQL. These are lag, lead, first value, and last value. So these are the types of Windows functions that we are going to cover in this section. In this video, we introduce Windows function, a powerful tool for performing calculation across related rows without losing individual row data. I really hope you at least got some idea about Windows function, why they are used, how are they different from aggregated functions, how to write Windows function using basic syntax, and what are the different types of Windows functions. From next video onwards, we will dive deep into each of these functions, starting with building blocks of Windows functions. And for that, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.